Good evening all. Ira Epstein of Linn & Associates with your SPDR ETF wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for Monday, June 14th, 2021, and this is the evening for you. Now, let's talk about tomorrow before we get too far. My live question and answer period called What's Up? It's a webinar. You get to come in. I'll open it at 12:15 p.m. Central Time. I start promptly at 12:30. I try to end at 12:50. 20 minutes long. As the questions come in, I bring up the charts, answer them, any of the questions you have, what I think of the market, and away it goes. I do say buy here, sell there, do this. You'll hear all that from me. It is never recorded for the website. It's live and live only. So if you haven't received from me for any reason an invite, means you're not in my mailing list, you can come up here, click it, register, come in by 12:15. Now the seats fill. So after they're full, you won't be able to get in. We have certain people that, this is the third one we're doing, if we see that they keep showing up to register and don't come, we block their IP address and their name, taken out of the system. They don't get an invite and they'll find they can't come in. And because I have 15 minutes, if I see them in any manner, I knock them out. So I make the seats available for you. I realize that once might register, you can't make it. I get it. But I don't want habits forming, and nobody's been blocked yet. So that's the good news. But I only have so many seats in this. All right. We have a mixture of red and green behind me, and I'd expect a lot of that for one reason, this FOMC meeting that finishes up on Wednesday, where we get the statement, and then we're going to get Fed Chair Powell. The question is he going to address inflation or not? That's really the question to me. The market's done its job. People don't understand that. What were we? Last summer, we were trading around 0.58, 0.6% in the 10-year yield. We're now 1.49, 1.5. The market's gone up. As the people were saying, we're going to 3% this year. I heard people saying that. I started laughing. Okay, I don't get why they're saying that. The market struggled at 1.7, pulled back here. What's the Fed going to do? Taper or not? If you look at the M2 money supply, the reality is, if you understand that, tapering's begun already, not by the Fed, but by you. Read what M2 is. Go to Google, Investopedia if you want. Read M2. You will understand what that is. When you go to ARK, now this is obviously Kathy Wood's baby. The market had this big break. It's now made a nice retracement, and I think you're at a point where danger will what is it? I forgot what that show was. Lost in Space. Was it Will Rogers? I don't think it was. Higher lows, higher highs. Bullish. The market's staying over the 18-day average of closes, and for the first time today, it cleared the 200-day. Now, the 200's not as important as it would be if you had the 100 here and the 200 above it, but it's still important that you got over it. Very good. What else? Big problem. Here's your big issue. The Bollinger Band, this black dashed line right here, you're right at it. First time you hit it in a market where you're not embedded yet, I believe. Both numbers over 80, and watch this. So not there, day 1, 2, you embedded today. So this is the first time that you embedded, hit the number. That's where I think pros are taking money off the table. Are they bearish? That's not what this is about. This is about until the red line slips back under 80, they'll be in a buying mode, but will they go into this Fed report? You know, the thing that has helped the market is falling interest rates have picked up. ARK and similar investments to count on lower interest rates. BBEU, and you can see how this continues to move higher. Why not? This is another way to play developed European country stock. And a lot of people think that is the place to be. Our work has been embedded all the way through. It is still very bullish. PAVE, I've been looking for problems with you, mentioning them here, that I think that this infrastructure deal is never going anywhere with the Republicans. Therefore, it's going to come down quicker than you think. They have to make a decision. Nancy Pelosi will probably set it up with Chuck, as I call him, to make a decision to go it alone and see if they can get anything done on it. I have my doubts about it. I don't see how they get enough votes in the Senate, and the House could even be wishy-washy. lower highs, lower lows, so it's giving back the money, downtrend at work. And we told you up here, I said that could be the peak of it. You got to be careful. We talked about that here in these. AMC, still a darling here. They issued all that additional stock. AMC, do me a favor. Issue another round. You want to survive, get rid of your debt. You get rid of the debt, you've got a good way to figure out what to do. Don't just service the debt, you've got to get rid of the debt. And I understand that hurts shareholders tremendously because, you know, it could dilute them, and it will dilute them to a degree, but I'd rather have something of a going concern than 100% of nothing. XSD, the semiconductors, up and away. Resistance back up here at the 185.20 level. You can see that you've got the embedded reading. I am now telling traders this is where I think the smart money's coming out for the first time. So I think that this is where they begin the process, bailing and then coming in on the brakes until that fails. PODX, bearish. There's nothing friendly on this. This stock failed at the 100-day in the upper Bollinger Band. You can see how it's pointing down, momentum down. It's not under the 18-day average, so it didn't go into a full bear play, but it is probably and very likely going to go to 1458 and figure out what to do next, the 18-day average of closes. ESGU, still with an embedded reading. So what does that tell you if you know me? That means with a bullish embedded reading, I think the pros are buying these breaks, looking for the upper Bollinger Band. They're out if the red line closes back under 79. XLE, you lost that embedded reading. So did we have it? Let's double check. Right here, both numbers over 80, not the day before. Day 1, 2, 3. So you're fully embedded. If the red line closes underneath 80, which it didn't do Friday, but it did just now, actually under 79 is the key, I would tell traders be out, regroup. Not a bad trade. It's let you in nicely and okay. The emerging markets, well, you're back down to the 18-day average, that line in the sand, where the market's going to fight a battle here looking for direction. Gold, you've got lower highs, lower lows, but here's the word I'm saying. I don't want to be short anymore. 200-day average, lower Bollinger Band. Why do you want to hang around this market if inflation's going to come and it gets like the 70s rather than correcting a recession? This could be the life of the market coming back on board. I'd be very careful. For my money, that's a pretty good number that I think the shorts can take profit at. GDX, downtrend, you hit the lower band. So long. That's the way that I teach it. You had it here, you bounced, you're back down, and you're oversold. I don't care if it goes lower. You've taken the fillet out of the steak. TLT, now you got to play if you're going to go into this one. What's the Fed going to do? I will be very surprised if the red line doesn't close under 79 tomorrow. The way the trajectory is going, be careful. Any down move tomorrow, which means higher real rates, will set that down. Just be cautious. You've got the FOMC meeting. It's probably a good time to be clearing deck on a number of these trades. FXE, I'm looking for support here. I am not bullish. So please, when I say support, it's not a sign to buy. It is right here. You got a higher high, lower low. You're climbing back over the Bollinger Band in between this 100-day average in here. Because you're oversold and not trending, I'm looking for support to develop. Market's got to rebuild itself. I see that. And it probably won't do much until after that FOMC meeting. But after it, I think you want to get very serious about looking at a whole slew of new trades. Come Thursday morning in my subscriber video for the paid subscribers, believe me, I'll be all over the market. You already saw I'm still there right now, but it's going to get to be a lot more fun. Hope to see you tomorrow. 12:15 sign up on Tuesday. That's Chicago time, Central time. Starts promptly at 12:30, ends approximately 12:50. See you tomorrow.